welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Please welcome your 2026 Detroit Lions.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Leading them out, a familiar face for the other sideline, a guy drafted first overall the year the Rams moved back to L.A., and the face of the franchise really for 5 seasons, Jared Goff. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
This is caught by Williams. So the completion good for just 3. And now it's 3rd and 4. Running defensively, you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first down, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 4.
White 20.
Now Goff. He's got it to Williams. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 29-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Black 20.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here we go. What's that?
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Back to throw. Goff. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and now fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. In the end, the opening drive, Charles does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They're led out by someone who needs no introduction to these Lions. Their quarterback for 12 seasons and the franchise's most prolific passer with over 45,000 yards and nearly 300 touchdowns. It's Matthew Stafford. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Motion left, Smith. First run now for Kyron Williams. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The tackle for a loss goes to Kirby Joseph, making a great play.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Stafford now to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Powerful running. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. Now some good hard running there as he pushes his way forward for about 5.
A cool burst there, and he nicely bit off. Pretty decent game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
180.
Here's Goff. That is caught by Laporta. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
At their 49-yard line.
120.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
How many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trait in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
180.
To throw is gone. They'll find Williams on the slant. A gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
180.
Just beating the play clock is gone. That is caught. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
9 yards. That's another Detroit Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll fake the give. Now gone. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 27 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 36-yard line.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Ethan Evans in punt formation for the Rams.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
Here's Ethan Evans now.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 23. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And the Rams have got it going the other way. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
You can't admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the 1st down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending
extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Adams, the man in motion right. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the Lions.
The slot man in motion right.
260.
Now Stafford.
Pass complete there to McCool.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Stafford.
They'll get that complete to Parkinson.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 and the 6.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Stafford.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. This will be caught at about the 6. Oh, a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
At the 1-yard line.
They run. It's Williams. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Kyron Williams.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Rams take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. You get down this deep, Charles, you hate to settle for a field goal. They roll the dice on 4th down, really just hoping to get that first. But as it turns out, they take it all the way into the end zone.
You mentioned that they took a little bit of a gamble there. Think about it this way. Most teams throw the ball in this situation in the NFL, so they really gambled with a running play, and boy, did it pay off. Pay dirt.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
And Detroit getting set to go now. Now, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Atone for it here on this drive.
The coach is always harped on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On the ground, it's right.
And he'll be brought down right about the 35-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
180.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Like 20.
Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Rams' 25-yard line.
Like 20. What's that?
Goff now to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Like 20. What's that?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half,
as his guys are able to extend their lead. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's Kyron Williams running out for another possession.
He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Stafford.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
To throw is Stafford. Throwing right, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
4 yards. That's another Rams first down. A gain of 16
Off
yards.
of play action. Here's Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. They'll get him to the ground at the 20, following a pickup of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard
To the air again, Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here's Stafford. And this one complete to Smith. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Set. 280.
Now it's Stafford. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Kyron Williams.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Rams get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Unable to corral him. He fights through.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Lions offensive receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
And the return this time will go after the 42-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
The Rams going to take over late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Los
From
Angeles.
the gun, here's Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 19-yard line.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Throwing is Stafford.
This one swung out to Williams.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And that will tie things at 17 all.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, they'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Scott Hansen back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the third quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Oh, look at the juke. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Stafford. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Brings up third down and 10.
Stafford now to throw. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit Lions getting set for another series here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. How many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? It's usually not by himself. Usually it opens it up for other people that big games as well.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Come on! Like 20! Cut!
First carry now for David Montgomery. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
At the 47-yard line.
Cut! 180!
Goff now looks to throw. Got his man. It's Williams. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 41-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for the Lions. First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Cut! 180!
Here's Goff. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. He's going to get out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
4 yards. That's another Detroit Lions first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Like 20.
Goff. He's got it to Williams. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. First and 10.
4 yards.
That's the third time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Here we go. Like 20. Turbo.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Isaac to Slaw. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions have taken the lead.
So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Now for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now the Rams offense getting the football back. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and slow moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
15-yard line.
Cut! 180! Cut!
And Gibbs has it.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 2nd down and 6 now.
Go tonight! 20!
Here's Goff. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff.
He'll try and do this himself.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jared Goff taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. A drive there in just 4 plays. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On the sneak, it's Stafford.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
It's caught. Smith. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard.
They'll hand it off now. Williams.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down LA.
First down. A gain of 12. First down, Rams.
Play action. Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way to the end zone now for a touchback.
Time for another look at this Lions offense.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, but you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
1 quarter remains here on Sunday Night Primetime.
We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good. For a Lions first down.
And that's pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
He's got right on the short throw. And able to get this one across the 45 before it's brought down. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
48-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's another Detroit Lions first down.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
20.
Throwing again is Goff. McKinnon here, it's complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 29-yard line.
180.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the 4th quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
180.
Back to throw, Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
180.
They'll run to Gibbs. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Rams 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Stafford. And this one complete to Smith. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Now Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this throw will be intercepted. picked up by Kirby Joseph. That is just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Yeah, Detroit back in possession of the football. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Here we go. Cut.
Gibbs straight ahead. Able to fight through one tackle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
At the 40-yard line.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Come on. 180. What's up?
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. What a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Here's Gibbs. 46 yards rushing for him now at this point. Good gain there on first down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And a nice job to break free of one tackle that slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football.
Got. 20. Got.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
180.
Here we go on 4th. Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Lions have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll hand this to Williams to start things out. Now, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop it for no gain. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Stafford. He hits Adams complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
At the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They run it again with Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game.
And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.